Welcome to the Dune Vulpine podcast. We cover everything from kickouts to credits to body slams. New episodes every Monday and Thursday. I actually didn't drop in episodes on Thursday due to reasons out of my hands, but I'm here today. I'm going to be talking about what happened during the weekend. Premier League action and WWE Saturday main event, which I will give my thoughts about it and overall how the show was. So let's not waste any time. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, which would be good. And that's my next goal for my YouTube channel. I'm trying to be consistent with it. Drop 2 episodes on the podcast Monday and Thursday, and maybe in the next few weeks or something, I'll be dropping more. Not like this kind of podcasting, but like bonus videos, whatever. Like can be quizzes, can be challenges, can be stuff like fun stuff. Anyway. So the first game is Nottingham Forest Man United. I'm gonna start with my team because I was so disappointed. Like obviously I'm not thinking about challenging Arsenal for the league, which is stupid. I don't really judge how people support Man United. Everyone can support it too. How they support Man United. I'm seeing this team and I'm like, we're not good enough for actually top 3, top 4. So you have to lower the standards. I get it. Like every year I have to go and I want to win the league, obviously, but we're not in that phase or whatever. We need to progress step by step, baby step. We were 15th last season. We lost to Europa League final to Spurs. Come on. So 3 wins in a row. I'm like, this is probably the hardest game. I know we played Liverpool, but Liverpool were in crisis, mini crisis. Like they were losing games and stuff like that. And always like those kind of games, the players will rise to the occasion. However, Nottingham Forest like the first game of Sean Dyche Premier League home, so Premier League game, and they're playing at the City ground. So you know they're gonna be up for it, and they have like good players. They are in such a false position, in my opinion, as well as us, by the way, because I think we should be at least fourth right now. The amount of points we dropped, like against Fulham and Brentford, even Arsenal first game of the season. We shouldn't have lost that. Anyway, here we are. Casemiro scored the first goal. First half was pretty even, in my opinion. Like we were in control, and Forest didn't do anything like to harm us or hurt us or anything. Like everyone was confident. Like it wasn't like with the same aggression and the same like I don't know, like energy, the focus, high press that we saw like the last few games. But Forest is a tough team. They are physical. They have players who can hurt you on the break, like Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs White, and I thought Elliot Anderson, what a player. Like, forget about Wharton for 100 million. Forget about Baleba for 100 million. Go get me that player. Go get me that player. Because I thought he was fantastic. Anyway, second half, I was like, come on, let's get a second goal. We were, by the way, we were winning like 1-0. We were like second in the league, which is crazy how the Premier League is working right now. If you go 3 or 4 wins in a row, you find yourself second, third, and if you lose 2 or 3 in a row, you find yourself 50th. Forest scored 2 goals in 5 minutes or whatever it was. Like our players just, I don't know what had like. They were in, I don't know, locker room. They stayed in locker room. They didn't come out the second half, which is, that's why we can't take this team like, not seriously, but we can just, I don't want to be disappointed. That's all. Like the hope the one is kills you, right? You can't be hopeful this team. So you have always to manage expectations because this team would break your heart. And then like, Forest could have easily made it 3-1 with Hudson-Odoi on the break. But we made it 2-2 with a beautiful goal by Ahmed. I thought it was a fantastic goal. And they locked up Cunha and Buemo and Ahmed, which is the threat for us. Bruno hit the post. Casemiro missed the goal on them and the same attack, the same chance. Could have scored there. And then in the end, In the end, Ahmed could have nicked it, but Morello had something for us. I don't know. He hates us probably because that's 2 years in a row. Last season, Maguire, and this season, Ahmed. Two goals clearance. I was disappointed by the end because I was like, Forest are not really good this season. I know they're new manager and stuff like that, but they were in relegation battle, so they were bottom three. And yeah, 2-2. Disappointed. Next week game gonna be tough. Gonna be hard. Should be revenge of what happened last season against Tottenham. Speaking of Tottenham, I just watched probably one of the worst games I've ever seen against Chelsea. 1-0 Chelsea win. Joe Pedro could have had a super hat-trick, but Vicario stopped him from doing that. Chelsea did what they needed to do. They controlled the game. They had chances. They were not amazing. They were not superb, but Spurs made them look like prime Barcelona easily. Spurs 1 shot on target, 3 shots overall. You are playing at home against Chelsea. I know it's not Arsenal, your biggest rivals, but I assume I'm not English. I'm not from London. Maybe I don't know. But as a football fan who's been watching football 2003, 2004, whatever it was, I know Chelsea, and there is a rivalry between Chelsea and Tottenham. And if you watch the game, it doesn't look like it. I thought the game was flat. I thought the atmosphere was flat. It's just shit. It was shit. So shit. Literally shit. Yeah, but and in the end, you had Mika van de Ven, Jet Spence, like walking off on their manager. And that Jet Spence, by the way, he's such a fucking, I don't know, he got so much ego for a player who is good. Like I would love them in Man United, but with that mentality, you're not gonna go anywhere. Like we've seen these kind of players with so much talent, but if you think you are bigger than you are, yeah. Siemens came in, and then he was subbed out. I don't know. That guy should change his name, by the way. He's not Xavi. Come on, what are we doing here? Xavi? He's not Xavi. He's Xavier Woods. He's a light-skinned Xavier Woods from WWE. New Day. Anyway, it was a dead game. Nothing to talk about it. Like I was just there as a neutral, trying to be entertained on a Saturday after my team was fucking disappointment. I was like, come on, entertain me. I wasn't entertained. I wasn't. Anyway, Arsenal 2, Burnley 0. I didn't watch this game, obviously. I watched Man United Forest, because there were a lot of games playing at the same time. Yeah, Arsenal just keep doing what they're doing. The best defense right now. And Joker scored. Alright scored. And they get another clean sheet. I don't think they had the shot on target, Burnley. Did they? Let's watch the stats for a second. Stats. No, they had 1 shot on target. To Arsenal 9th. 9 shots on target to Burnley 1. 30 shots to Arsenal to 4. 4 Burnley, yeah. Just total domination. Dominant win, yeah. Anyway, they're just gonna win the league, in my opinion, Arsenal. They're just too good right now. They're keeping a lot of clean sheets. 3 goals conceded. They are going for Chelsea to break their record. It was like 15 goals to Chelsea. I think they want to break the record, and they can, obviously, because they have such good defense, and the goalkeeper is also good. But yeah, Crystal Palace 2, Brentford 0. Yeah, set pieces again, and Mateta scored. Good win for Crystal Palace. I mean, they have such a good team because they played during the week against Liverpool. And they actually played with their best players. first team players, and somehow they came here and beat Brentford, which is Brentford is they are not easy to beat, but they are easier to beat. Actually, away. Brentford are good at home, but there are a lot of teams like that. Brentford, Brighton, even Spurs. Spurs are just shit. Spurs are like the opposite. They are shit at their place. They're good away. So this Premier League is just crazy. You never know what's gonna happen. Speaking of, you don't know what's gonna happen. Brighton 3, Leeds nil. I thought Leeds gonna have this, maybe a draw or something, but no, Brighton just win. You never know what's gonna happen with Brighton. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. When you think they're gonna win, they lose. When you think they're gonna lose, they win. And back on the score sheet again. Is he trying to go to the World Cup? Maybe. Fulham 3, Wolves nil, and they sacked their manager, by the way. And they're actually talking to Gary O'Neill, and guess who's back? Erik Ten Hag. Imagine Ten Hag. We actually play Wolves in after the break. Yeah, imagine Ten Hag beating Amorim. I don't want to think of that. Anyway, Liverpool. Finally, they win against Villa 2-0. There were two games that actually as a football fan, not because I hate Liverpool, Man City. Not because of that, just because I like football so much. Aston Villa and Bournemouth, which we're gonna talk about it after this. They were so naive. Like Aston Villa is so naive. You literally watched Liverpool getting beat. Why? Because set pieces, long throws, long balls, not this tiki-taka playing from the back. Because that's what happened. The first goal was because of Martinez. And the second goal was deflection by Gravenberch squad, and the first goal was Salah. But yeah, if you want to beat Liverpool, if you want to beat City, you just have to play a little bit defensive, counter-attack football, and you win. Yeah, pragmatic, who gives a shit? Just go and win. So this Aston Villa playing high line, playing for the back, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, especially when you're away. It's not going to work. Liverpool finally win. I mean, Liverpool were not that amazing. They have you know how we're going to judge Liverpool in the next two games because they play Real Madrid and City. Then, if Liverpool win, yeah, they are back to their winning ways. Because this one reminded me of Frankfurt when they won, and just you didn't learn a lot from that game. But it's a good win for them. Even though they lost 4 in a row, they're third in the table, so they might be fourth if Sunderland win today, which is crazy because if Sunderland win today, they're going to be second. Actually, this was a shocker. I was surprised when West Ham won 3-1 to Newcastle. There's another team that's not good on the road, Newcastle. West Ham, first win for Nuno Espirito Santo. Good win, and they played well, actually. Paqueta was man of the match from me. I've watched this game. I watched the second half. I watched a little bit of the first half, but I watched the second half. They were just better than them. They were actually. I was surprised that West Ham was good in. They were good in set pieces and they were physical. I think they're gonna survive West Ham and Forest. But for Wolves, I think they're gonna go down, and maybe Burnley will go down with Wolves. The third team, I don't know. Maybe Leeds. Because I don't think Sunderland are going to go down. I don't think West Ham or Forest, they're going to go down. Because they have managers who are going to keep them up. And they have they have good players, West Ham. Paqueta, Bowen, Summerfield, Soucek. They just have a good team. Anyway, Man City 3, Bournemouth 1. This is another game with another team being naive. Playing a high line in the Etihad against who? Erling Haaland, the best striker right now, with Harry Kane and Mbappe. But let's be honest, Erling Haaland is the best striker right now, no doubt. You can't leave him by himself, one-on-one. It doesn't matter. You can have I don't know. You can have a cheetah chasing him. You can't leave him alone. This guy is so fast. He's so physical. He's gonna bully you to the goal, and he's gonna score. Like if he missed, like you're gonna be surprised because he's so clinical one on one. He scored, and Adam scored from set piece, and then he scored the second in Lagan, and the third was who scored the third? O'Reilly, yeah, which was bad from Petrovic. He should have saved that, but yeah. City wins 3-1. Good win for them, and they move second, 6 points. Arsenal first, 25. City 19th, 19 points. Liverpool 18 points. Bournemouth 18. Tottenham, Chelsea, Sunderland, and Man United all on 17 points. And like I said, if Sunderland win today, they go second with 20 points. And next week they face Arsenal. The title race between Arsenal and Sunderland with this. The Barclays. It could have been United Arsenal. And we're still the early 2000 era and 90s era. So, prediction, Sunderland at home. They are good at home. They're buzzing after they beat Chelsea last week. Everton, they were shit against Spurs. I'm just gonna go with Sunderland. I would love Sunderland to win, actually. Like I love this kind of teams when they play good football and they win games. I want to see that in Premier League, and I want to see that like in general football. I always root for these kind of teams. So even though Sunderland is a big club, but they are not the last few years actually. But this can be the comeback for them. Not actually top four or anything, but it would be good for them if they finish like 8th, 9th, and then next season they go again, stay in the league and trying to be going for European spots, Conference League and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go Sunderland win against Everton. Which brings me to Saturday Night main event, which was one word, 4 letters, shit. How shit was that show, huh? I was like bored. I was like, oh, I was on YouTube and it's like, oh, WWE is live, so I was like, gonna check this show. In the first match we had Cody versus Drew, and the stipulation for this, if Cody gets himself disqualified, Drew will win the title. And actually, like last year, there was this report, or earlier this year, there was this report that if Drew win, like WWE is high on Drew McIntyre, they're gonna start pushing him and stuff like that. And what did Drew did this year? What has been doing? Like he's been feuding with Damian Priest. I think he lost that feud. Then he took time off. He came back against Cody, and he's been losing matches. I think they dropped the ball on him, just like they did on Braun Breaker. They dropped the ball on him, even though he's not like the youngest star or anything. Like Drew is old. I think he is like in his late 30s to 40. Anyone? I'm gonna fact check it because I don't want not that type of person to just say anything. Drew McIntyre is 40 years old, so he's not like 26, 27, 28 or anything like, or like even 30. He is old, 40, just like Cody is. And this match was, I don't know what to say. Like Cody was on him. Cody was just being worked by Drew McIntyre for a long time. Even though it's 18 minutes, it felt like it was 30. And this was the spot on like when Cody went through the table and just like the referee started counting so fast. You don't see that in wrestling. You know when the referee start counting so fast, they're like, why? You don't do that. Like I know wrestling just bend the rules, but at least keep some things consistent. Anyway, there was this spot like when Cody went to go to do the cutter, and the referee wasn't on his way. And then Cody had like to act like he's injured or something. But you can tell like he was like, fuck, we fucked up here. Let me just pretend that I'm injured and then do the spot again. And then a ref bump, you can see it coming from miles away. The referee takes forever to get on his feet. until like Cody hit the DDT on Drew on the belt. Just like it's kind of like the finish between Cody and Kevin Owens last year. If they go down, hit him with the belt, stuff like that. So yeah, nothing creatively new, nothing like you wrote you like I don't know. I don't know what to say. I was just like there. I was like, what? That's it? That's it. The match just happened. Jade Cargill defeated Tiffany Stratton by pinfall 5 minute squash match. And expect like more of this Jade Cargill stuff because when she was in AEW, this is the type of match she does. 5 minute to 8 minute squash matches because she's not that good of a wrestler. She's like when you look at her like she's like a superhero. She's like you watch her, I don't know, in DC or Marvel. You could easily put a costume in her and like, oh, that's a superhero because she got the physique for that. But when it comes to wrestling, she's not that good. Like she is not, and even Tiffany Stratton is a bit raw as well. I don't know why she's not good either. Like she probably need a manager, and that's gonna be like her matches. Maybe until like WrestleMania when Bianca better like return and they can do the match, and maybe they can have a good match because Bianca is a good wrestler. Maybe she can carry her to a good match. But just Chicago, this is what you're gonna get: 5 minute to 8 minute squash matches. Nothing else, nothing more. Dominic Mysterio defeated Penta by pinning Rusev. 12 minutes. It was like a TV match, like Raw. It's like a Raw match. Like we've seen this, we've seen this happening. Dominic Penta, Dominic Rusev, Penta Rusev. Like just nothing new. Like literally nothing new. And he just beat him with another like cheating and stuff. Like he hit the bell and then Rusev, like the finish made Rusev look dumb because he was like, "What? I won." No, I didn't. CM Punk defeated Jey Uso 21 minutes match. I actually didn't see this match live. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the match. I've seen a lot of clips going viral when Jey Uso can't even do like a neck break. I'm not a wrestler. If I do that with someone who doesn't even watch wrestling, I think we can pull that off. You can't botch. Like, come on, you can't botch it. A neck break. And then just CM Punk just booted him in the head. And then did the spot again. CM Punk hit like one of the worst spears. He probably was imitating Jey Uso, to be honest. Yeah, whatever. Like CM Punk won. That's it. And there's another thing going viral, which is that poster for WrestleMania, which I've actually said it like 2 weeks ago. I was like, it's either gonna be Cody Brock and Roman Punk, or it's gonna be Brock Punk and Roman Cody for WrestleMania, because those are your four like wrestlers, like Mount Rushmore of WWE right now. John Cena retiring. Yeah, it's not gonna be Drew. It's not gonna be Braun. It's not gonna be Bronson Reed. It's not gonna be Penta. It's gonna be those four. Just people in their 40s. And Brock Lesnar. And Paul Heyman and obviously Triple H being the center of the attention. The show wasn't good. And I know like everyone has his opinion, but for me that was like, it wasn't fine, it wasn't normal. It was just bad. It was just bad. The matches were just bad. The storyline, there was no story. I know a lot of people say story, but there wasn't story. Like CM Punk and Jey Uso just had the match and that's it. No Braun. And by the way, this should be just a video for itself when I talk about how WWE just afraid of pushing Braun Breaker. He's young. You have Paul Heyman with him, so you don't need Braun to cut 20-minute promos anyway. Just have Braun be the number one contender, right? He beats Punk for the title. And then because there was like a report. WWE was afraid, which is so fucking dumb. They were afraid that Braun and Bronson were they're gonna get cheered in Battle Royale. So WWE is afraid of someone who is now over and young to be cheered because they don't want to push him to the top. You had an injury to Seth, which wasn't planned, right? So you can push this new guy. The people are telling you to push this guy. Instead, you are pushing people in their 40s. Okay, so you could have Braun beating Punk here, and then he retired John Cena, and then he beats Brock Lesnar. You have that history there with Brock and Paul. You can have Braun beating Brock, and then you have it. Braun is going to be like, for the next 10, 12, 13 years, your top guy. And he might as well be the next few years, but you dropped the ball on him right now. Instead, he's probably going to do what? Gunther, John Cena? Gunther is like what? Let me check the age. Because I don't want to say the wrong age here. Gunther age. He's 38. He's 38. And John Cena is what? 45, I think. 48. John Cena is 48. So like what? 10 years older than him. Gunther is already been Intercontinental Champion for like what? Twice? He's gonna be what? 3 times if John Cena beats Dominic Mysterio Survivor Series. And Gunther has already been World Champion. I know it's the mid-card World Champion, it's not the top, the one that Cody have. But still, like, Gunther doesn't need that. He already retired Goldberg. Maybe they're gonna do what? He's retiring wrestlers. Next year retire AJ Styles. Like, Gunther is not young. He's not, I don't know, this new thing. Braun is. Braun, you could have done that with Braun. Beating Punk, beating retiring John Cena, and beating Brock. Beating Roman, beating Seth when he come back. But no, WWE just go with always the oldest people. It's not even safest option. WWE can afford to do that. Like, they have the money, they have all the ticket sales going, even though like they are having a low ticket sales right now. The tickets are not like high demand. They did what, 4,000, 5,000 SmackDown, 7,000, 8 maybe, in 20,000 arena, by the way, last Saturday. And if you actually go on WrestleTix, you're gonna see like WWE doing 4,000, 5,000 for SmackDown and Raw for the next upcoming months in November and December. I know it's not 2,000, 3,000, but the WWE are not gonna allow to do that. They're gonna like, if they gonna go low, they probably lower the ticket prices. It doesn't matter the ticket. I don't give a fuck about the ticket prices. If I'm gonna watch a wrestling show, that's why I don't watch WWE anymore. Even though it's like since 2019, I stopped watching WWE. Then I try to, like, I'm on the internet. Obviously, I'm gonna see stuff, but I'm actually watching full shows until this year. When I watched the Royal Rumble, I thought it was a good show. Elimination Chamber, I thought it was a good show. And then the Road to WrestleMania was just shit. They were just being saved by the European crowd, and that WrestleMania in itself was bad. And then I didn't watch like my other full shows. I didn't watch SmackDown or Raw. Like, I only watched those European shows because it was like 8 p.m. my time. So, and the pay-per-views are not doing well as well. So, yeah, just a bad year for WWE, really. Anyway, thanks for listening. Subscribe, share, like, comment. Maybe I'm gonna do a video, maybe on itself, on WWE Creative and stuff like that. And I'm gonna do like best wrestler of the year, and pay-per-view of the year, was pay-per-view of the year, stuff like that. Anyway, take care.